to forget. I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, here we go. We go back. Now we're recording. Do you guys see this or not? Or am I not sharing?
Not sharing.
Hey,
no, we're not sharing actually. I can't see a share.
I know. Well, that's a Dutch trait.
Yeah.
Not sharing. Not sharing.
That's it.
Now you see something. I hope.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the basic slide as it was based on the template I got, and so the next one here is the complete session will be on YouTube, and that's the first thing that I'm going to mention with that too. Then we will and this will be part of my introductory session. Then I have here the title slide or announcing the first presenters. So that's Will and Phil with starting and continuing an E-Club. And so, which is where we have their presentation right here as they have submitted it to me. And we will, like I say, we will go in detail more about that later. The next one is Bucci and Michael. So I will change the title here, and we can do that right now, as a matter of fact. Okay, what was it again? I got it written down somewhere else, but
Rethink Rotary.
Right. Good. I will make it confirmed to the others. Okay, don't worry. Good. And so if you have anything to put in there, fine. If not, that's okay too. Next one is
just
yeah.
Peter, for the sake of accuracy, our club is E-Club of One World D5240.
Has to be part of it. Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
And Peter, you're going to change the font on that?
Yes. Because I click one times too many and it disappears. So same here. I will change this also. And so then we have Rudy and Martin do there. So if you want to put something in between there to show, to describe, that's fine. But it's, as far as I'm concerned, that's not that important.
You can change the FB to intranet.
Yes, I will.
And under E-Club, it's E-Club of, put the word of World Peace.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
the same thing of One World.
I will go to your websites and check it from there.
Okay. I'll send you slides to put in for me later today.
Okay. That's good.
I might, just thinking about it, I think I might, I won't use necessarily slides, but I might recreate what I've done on the cloud as a backup in a PowerPoint type presentation. Now I've seen this.
I think it would be good because if something happens online or something that we couldn't reach something, it would be nice to have it.
Yeah. I think I'll take that on board. In fact,
but also for the SlideShare, people will go and look for it and find it. I mean, there's. It will be available to all veterinarians around, Rotarians around the world.
No, you're right first time.
I say that all the time, and I wonder why. But anyway.
Can I ask a question?
Of course, Kitty.
When you got that slide number 13 with the title slide, and where's the presentation? Is it?
We talked about that. They're going to be presenting something. This is just to show those that haven't and see what they're going to do.
So that switches to another.
Kitty, can you join us as if you are doing the Q&A thing? Can you do that?
On my iPad?
Yeah, this is a practice session.
Well, I almost did that, but I was late getting here. But I'll.
Good, that's fine. Do it now.
Okay, I will.
Come back in, but leave the meeting. Leave the meeting this way and come back the other way.
Yeah.
There.
Peter, can I ask a question about the situation? When it comes to Rudy and my presentation, Rudy will obviously be on the stage. At what point do I appear on the wall? Do I appear?
You should be on the wall the whole time.
Oh, it's on the whole time. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. So,
No,
yeah.
everybody that participates should be on the wall the whole time.
Yeah. Well, as so as a gallery.
Well, that's another question Brian and I have been talking about.
Yeah.
How are we going to present it on the screen? As a gallery or as a speaker view all the way?
Should be speaker view, and then you can, when necessary, you can go back to gallery. But I think
but that also determines, yes, but
speaker view.
That is determined too on the computer from which it is sent to the screen.
Sure.
We have access to that. We do have remotes for those. They will provide that. We do not have headsets for that. And I know anybody that comes, and we'll get to that in a bit too, that we do need a headset. But if you have, one of the computers will be facing the crowd, it will be very hard to make changes on that one when you are sitting, in a different area or whatever. So those are the kind of things that we will be working on Monday morning. That's the kind of stuff we can talk about all we want, but we don't get it.
Yeah.
So,
hi, Peter. Can you hear me?
Rhonda, yes. Yes.
I was wondering, are you saying that you will not present in presenter mode as opposed to, I guess I didn't understand. You will be presenting the slides in presenter mode, is that correct?
Everybody will present as if from their own computer or a computer, just like always. So even in gallery view, if you are in gallery view and show slides, it becomes automatically presenter mode, right?
Well, it goes to the share screen mode.
Yeah, and that's not right.
Sorry, what, Michael?
Well, once a person starts their presentation and shares a screen, then it is full screen, and then everyone can see full screen whatever the presentation is, just making sure that the presentation is in the presentation mode rather than the slides off to the side. So
correct. And so I agree, be able to switch that back and forth may be beneficial. But again, I want to make sure that the people in the back of the room, if we expect the whole room to be full, can see what it is. And the gallery view may not be an option.
Michael's just answered my point, actually, which is, of course, when we start sharing the presentation, we'll actually drop down to a side view anyway. So that's just clarified it for me. Thank you, Michael.
Well, and if one is speaking before they actually share their screen, they could be either pinned or in speaker view, so that they will be full screen until they share their screen, and then that will go to full screen.
Yeah, that could work.
But during the Q&A, it would be nice to have the gallery view, for instance. So again, these are things that we will. I know, but that has to be changed somehow by somebody on that computer that it shows on the screen, right?
Right.
And so I hope.
Each of us should have a
the other thing is, I beg your pardon, I can only see your forehead, Rhonda.
So should each of us just have a Q&A slide that we're presenting for Q&A?
No.
Okay.
No.
We should come out of the
presentation.
Okay.
When you're finished, they say, okay, you're finished, and then we'll see if there's any Q&A, depending on the time also, and if there's any questions. Well, Kitty, do you have a question? Are you back? You have a question, Kitty.
I am back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Ask the question.
What's my question? Why would I join an E-Club?
Good. Okay, this works. We're not going to answer that. But this is how it would work, that both Kitty and Evita will be walking around and say, we'll have a question. And the actual person asking the question will be speaking into your device, which is what? What are you using?
I'm using an iPad.
Good, perfect, because it looks very good. I just have a
good.
bit of a blockage. You got your hand in front.
Got your
Oh,
hand
yeah,
in.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one
Hang-
problem. Yeah, there you go. So
There.
anyway, those, that's
got
why
your
we
hand
need to
upside down.
practice. Now
I
it's
can
still a
only
hand
see-
somewhere.
Oh, I can only
Yes.
see Peter and the screen. I don't see what I see on
No,
this.
but I can see your
Yeah.
hand. You're talking with your hand, and right in front, which is right in front of the screen.
So it's a
that
question
kind
of
thing.
figuring out the best location to position this.
And to hold it. How
Or
to
like
hold
that?
it. Also. Yes.
Does
Yeah.
that change?
Yeah. As long no, this is good because
Oh,
now I think you can see the person's face, and because what you will do, you will hold it to show it to somebody else,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
They will have to ask the question. So,
Okay, I can
but
do
again,
that.
we will practice that in live in the morning.
On Toronto, yeah.
Peter,
Okay.
Peter, we could do this as a comedy hour where people are, have different things they're doing here, and they're blowing their nose and they're scratching their head and all this kind of different stuff. That looks like a reality show.
Yeah, and they're so popular.
I know.
Right.
That could be anybody's club meeting. So.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't want anybody just anybody to join. Now I know who the individuals are I can go after, but they spoil the show.
Yeah. Ours are eating dinner. It makes everybody jealous or having their favorite drink at night or something.
There you go, Martin.
Yeah. Anyway, so here we, next is the hybrid clubs, Andy and John, and I have their.
Oh, you only have John so far. I didn't
Yes.
send you mine yet.
Yeah, I have John's slides, and so he's used some of the background too that that came in the template, but again, it's not important. As you see, I can adapt that when I get that, and I leave it in the original system. So,
Peter,
yeah,
I'm going to send you an email. You got the name of my club wrong. Well, I'll send you an email separate for that.
I know. I will double check each and every website and use what's on the website. So, have that there yet too. So then then we have the challenges and the advantages, and this is where my issue is, Rhonda. You see this picture?
No,
And
it's not.
did you get my emails with the
Yes.
errors?
Yes, this is not a picture. It's just a blue.
Whatever.
It's just a template. There's no
Anyway,
picture
but this
there.
is what it looks like. And
Yes.
the next slide, the top one doesn't
Okay,
go
I
up proper. And then after
I
that,
see.
it's okay. Here it is all right.
Okay.
So,
Okay, we'll work on that and send it.
and
we'll
it
send
has to do, I think, with the font or the theme or whatever it is
Okay.
that you're using. It's something I've never seen
Okay.
before.
Yeah,
Can I just ask? Because I was dealing with that font issue the whole time, and it was something that was corrupted in the original file. But as soon as, if you saved it, can you save it and then just use that? Because if you accept the font problems, it's okay.
Who are you talking to? Sorry, who are
You,
you asking to save?
Peter, if you save it on your end, it should work.
I did save it. I saved it. I saved the PowerPoint presentation. Then I copied the slides from my computer file into here, and this is the result.
Because I was getting the same error message the whole time. That's why I'm confused, because it's
right.
So it should. I resent the cover
anyway,
slide.
we have time to work on that. So just so that now you know what I'm talking about. It's interesting because it doesn't work on these two slides, but it works on the other ones. Like the heading here with the advantages. Obviously, the challenge. This is Rivero's, and you don't want to show the challenges.
Right. So we'll work with you offline. I can work with you offline on that.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry, somebody else was asking. No? Okay. Good. So we have those here, and then you have your slide in there with all the information. Now, then so that would be finished. We have the Q&A, and now we're finished. So I am closing out with this. and mentioning everybody that's in here. I couldn't come up with anything better than a Q&A runner for Kitty and Violeta. So,
but you could spell my name correctly. It's
which one?
My last name, B-U-C-S-K-O. C-S, B-U-C-S-K-O.
No.
C-S. Nope,
No.
C-S. Not S-C, C-S. B-U-C-S-K-O. Q&A runner, that's all right. And it's eClub of the Caribbean, comma, 70200.
Okay, that's all part of that too. That's the official part. My other question now to all of you, and that includes not only this slide, but the other ones too, where you're mentioned. I can hyperlink the club's website here. I can also hyperlink your email address here. You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
Yes, I like that idea.
Yeah. No, because people should be able to get a hold of us. I mean, that's the whole idea, right? And so we're going to make it that as easy as possible. So that would be there that even it may not work depending on how it works in the slide share for it to click and then automatically takes you there depending on their particular software. But
so this whole slide presentation, the total collective bunch will be on SlideShare for people to be able to view.
Exactly. This
now
is my
this
slide presentation is the final one that eventually on Sunday at 2:30 or 2 o'clock I will hand over to that. So until that time we have chances to change. I start traveling on the Friday before. But anyway,
now,
I still have
June 21st is a drop dead date.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. This particular slide that you have up here now, Peter, that only has, 5 people there?
Yes. The others are all here.
Scattered. We're scattered.
You've already been mentioned in that. So here I will make the hyperlinks as well for each and every one of them, so people can go. Otherwise, we get too small. If you want, I can add everybody there, but then we'll have another slide again. In there as well.
Yep.
I thought this is thanks to all the presenters, and people can go back because they say, hey, I wanted to check or see was the guy who was talking about changing Rotary. What the frick is that all about? I want to send him a couple of emails. Then I'll finish with my quote, Darwin quote. I can't resist to show that because that's part of that as well. And then this is a slide, the last two that will show up there because that's what RI wants us to do. And this is where the link is to slideshare.net Rotary International. And currently there's 936 PowerPoint presentations or slideshows or anything like that on that particular account because they have an account with LinkedIn. So that's coming through LinkedIn. But the other part is that this is these slides and other presentations from throughout the convention are available through the convention mobile app. And so if you're coming, you should download the mobile app on your phone, and then we can, so then we can communicate that way too. It works for some. It doesn't always work for others. Some were very positive about it last year, and others were not. So even if you're not attending, you can download it. Well, no, I'm not sure. You can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
So
it's open to everybody.
Yeah.
Even if you're not registered.
Yes, registration has nothing to do with it.
Because it's the guide.
Sorry, what's this? This is an app.
Yeah, the Rotary Events app.
Right.
You search for the Rotary, whatever device you have in the appropriate place. Rotary Events is the one you want to search for. Then once you get it installed on your device, then you search for the 2018 convention guide, and there is no passcode required. Now, I sent the link to that webinar, what's going to happen.
They've taken it down, actually. I clicked on it, and it said no longer available.
The webinar is no longer available?
But we don't need the passcode because I got it on mine.
Yeah, you don't need a passcode. Even though it says,
okay. Fine.
See, it even works. It even works on a Q10, and that's now an ancient phone already.
Yes,
too.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it. Damn it.
Pure vintage.
Yeah,
Yes.
it should be going to e-waste recycling.
Yeah. Peter.
Yes.
Peter. Can you just make a note? I'll drop you a note anyway. The email you're using to communicate with me at the moment, I'd like a different one because I've got a rotary one. I have got a rotary one. It's martin@rotaryeclub.org.
Send me that. Yes, all of you. If you have a particular email address that you want to put on there, then you may. And because I may want to do something like that too. As you know, as you're with Gmail, you can have I don't know how many accounts. So that's a possibility. It all depends on how you like to manage your emails, I guess. So by all means, send me that. And again, we may want to talk about it, some more too. Oh God, yeah. Now I can see your ears at last.
Just a light break.
Any more questions about this? Or are we?
Next Friday, are we doing a dress rehearsal next Friday?
That's really what I'd like to do next Friday. So, basically try to get everything in there, into me as much as possible.
Okay.
And, whether we have to, you don't have to do the whole thing about your presentations. I mean, that's still the case because some of that may kind of change. But anyway, that's what I'd really like to do just so we do the logistics, and we will stay in the gallery view, and I will start with the presentation. But, the idea is for everybody to do that, and, so we have a bit of a practice of the movements as we are, going around. Again, I'm disappointed that Bushy isn't here. And, Phil said he was going to be here too. And like I said, Phil is not going to be so he will in Toronto, so he will connect from the southern United States for that matter too. So can you tell me if you are planning on bringing a laptop to the convention? Could have a laptop available that we could use?
Well, now I was planning on, as I mentioned earlier, I bought this camera that we can use rather than pointing a laptop to the audience. This camera can just be, and plus it has pan, tilt, and zoom on it. It's called, if you want to look it up, it's a BCC 950 by Logitech conference camera.
Sorry, say that number again, Michael.
It's B as in Baker, CC, Charlie 950 by Logitech. It's a conference camera. And that way we can have that one available to just point the camera out to the audience. And in fact, and
who's going to operate that?
Well,
who's going to operate that?
I can operate it from we'll work that out, but it's not that difficult to operate.
No. But I mean, you're also on the program, so
yeah, but I'm only on the program for 5 minutes.
You're presenting.
So
yeah, I know. So
I got to break away for 5 minutes.
Those are the things, right? Those are the things.
And I've been thinking about that, and I will have a lot of time to think about that while touring in Quebec City and Montreal as well before we get to Toronto. But I tried it out yesterday. It arrived yesterday. It works fine. It works perfectly with Zoom, and it's pretty clear. It actually was designed for larger groups. Of course, not quite this large, but we're going to have it. At least it will be able to have that one screen showing the audience, and it can remotely change conditions. It's got a remote control that can pan, tilt, and zoom. So it's could be very useful.
So it can be part of the Zoom presenters like this? You can connect to a meeting?
Oh yeah, I'll connect to the meeting. Instead of using the laptop's camera, it'll be a camera that can point out to the
audience.
So yeah, it'll be
fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. Rather than having a laptop pointing out at the audience, which you just have one static view, this way we can actually pan, tilt, and zoom on that. So if someone out in the audience is asking a question, we could even zoom in on them while they're asking their question.
Good.
Even though they'll be on a different screen with whoever's doing the
Okay. Yes,
Q&A
Kitty?
running.
Can't hear you, Kitty.
Yeah, you see,
Okay.
you can hear me now or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's the question. How far away do I have to hold this? I have a set of something earbuds, but I don't want to give them to the read.
Got to be in their face.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
And
like,
the other mode that you had, like if you have a phone, it would probably be easier because it's not important. It's just that, oh, we have the speaker actually there. So the other mode you showed earlier may be easier for you to do. The nice thing about the iPad is you may be able to hand it on before, they connect so that the person can hold it themselves when they ask the question.
yeah.
But then you don't have a chance to yank it out of their hand when they go on and on and on.
Well, I could do that. I would do that.
I can still shut them up. But if you all of a sudden get disconnected by me, you know why. If somebody goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
No,
Question?
but quickly to mute, because that's the thing. During the whole presentation, yours should be muted. Well, we all should be muted, but especially you, too, as you are moving around the crowd type of thing, too. So.
Yeah.
Peter,
Okay.
question?
Yes.
On the mobile app, there is a place there under the speakers, and are we supposed to submit little very short bios? Because there's nothing on there.
No, there isn't. As a matter of fact, the only thing that we I know there isn't. There is something on there, and because I haven't submitted bios of all the speakers either, so I am I haven't seen the whole breakout session per se. We have submitted some information on that's in the program, but that's not showing up on the app yet as well. You can very well imagine I don't know how many people are working on the app, but that's a monumental task to get that all on there too.
Okay.
So there's still a few weeks away. So.
Are we supposed to submit to you bios so they can be added?
Nope.
No.
No. We have no time for bios.
Okay.
But the bios are there, and the bios are there by showing the links to your email and to the club as well. Really more important than anything else than to have the actual bios. So I think that should be good enough, just to stimulate the presentation too. So okay, anything else that we can think of? So again, we have the Sunday afternoon thing, and we'll just send that out a few more times, but that is for people to know whether it will work or not. Everybody will have their programs, and if it fits in there or not, that's fine.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about what you're planning to do. Is it 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon?
From 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon, I plan to start drinking.
Okay. But it's going to be at the office pub, is that correct?
Yeah, it's at the address. It's all in there. All the information is there. And we're on the second floor.
Okay.
On the second floor.
Who all is going to be there?
Whoever wants to come.
Okay, but
it's open to all eClubbers.
There you go.
Okay.
So it has been sent to all my eClub emails.
Okay.
265 from around the world, asking the presidents or the people that get it to share it with those that are coming.
So it's essentially within this network that you have created for eClubbers.
It just, there is Nguyen Ing from 7720. They have something on the Monday, but that's $50 or something like that, to have a dinner or whatever, and that's also for eClub. They're organizing that within, this is just open bar. Yeah. You just go to the second floor, and we'll see when I get there. We don't need banners because Rotarians will be easily recognizable because we all will have our, ID around our neck. I don't know if they would have a blackboard on the side, like a sandwich thing, and put that on there or not. Doesn't matter. People that want to come will find us, no problem at all. And like I said, I had a communication with the manager, and he said you can have the second floor. And so I feel that after 6, it will start getting busy because then the Pride Parade will be finished and people start, swimming around downtown Toronto and start filling up things too. But I wanted to start earlier because at 4 o'clock, some people will have events that starts at 5:30 or 6 or, and still have to get there. So there is time to come. So it will be coming and going because the second opening session finishes at 6, So if most of us are in the first because we booked early, but the second one finishes at 6. And I think that's the latest that's ever happened. But that, so there may be some other people that come after that too.
Well, I haven't received any official notice of my actual opening session assignment.
You have to go to your registration online. When you click on editing your registration, when you edit it, or you go in there, and in the latest email I just got, they have a link in there too. And you go down, and then where you have your ticket, it will say on your ticket P1 or P2. And P1 is the first session.
Okay, well.
Right, Katie, you found it easily? Yes.
I'll have to check again. Last time I checked, that information was not available.
Okay. But it's there now.
Okay.
It's there now. Yeah, it's very easy.
But you go to the RI site, and where you register, you click on to register, and there's another button, edit your registration. Yes. You click on that, and then you have all your information there.
I did, and that information was not there the last time I checked.
Okay, it's there now.
I did find out, though, by writing an email that I'm assigned to the second session, but they said I could show up at the first session and be able to get in on the seating available. So we might
they call that standby, and so you got to wait somewhere, and because it's never full, but you will sit, be there. And I feel more and more people will do the first one anyway because of the time frame. But anyway, that's
question, Peter. Where is the event that you said? The day you said it's the opening session day. It's at 4 o'clock, and where is it?
Sorry, we're talking about our drinking get-together e-clubbing social time.
Oh, okay.
Important stuff. That email a while ago, and you may get it again. It's not an event. It is just something I thought it'd be great because lots of people there. A lot of times people have nothing to do on the Sunday afternoon either, unless they have something scheduled to go. So there's a way to get together. So I feel there will be quite a few of those that, may show up and say and it's 117 John Street, and John Street is straight north from the convention center, from the Metro Convention Center. So it's very easy to it's about 3-4 blocks.
Yeah, if you can resend it, because I don't know that I got it.
You guys with your email management. Okay, I will resend it. But your club secretary should have sent you that too. Because I've sent that to all clubs. I don't know who gets the email in your club and what they do with it. That's another issue. Because I had to tell the people in my club.
Rhonda, we have it. We have it. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, not a problem. I will send it because I want you guys for sure to show up.
Yeah, we'll be there. We're just wondering, I don't remember the rehearsal time. The rehearsal on Monday is at what time?
10:30.
10:30, okay. Awesome.
Yes. Okay.
We're inundated right now.
Okay, so.
Well, that's of course. I mean, it's an overwhelming thing. Yes.
So rehearsal time on Monday is at 10:30?
Yeah, we'll have the room from 10:30 till 12, and then again at 1. So we will have the room the whole time. The way they schedule it is that the presenters that do last have their first practice session in the morning. So that's automatically set up that way. So we are the last ones for practicing and the first ones to speak. So we will be in that room from 10:30 till 2:30.
Yeah, so
and we can, get people to bring in. We may want to stay there and get some people to get some lunch and bring it over or something like that too. So because there's lots of food available.
Yeah, we have it from 10:30 right on through up to and including the 1 to 2:30 presentation time.
I don't think they'll be able to close us in between 12 and 1 because I think people will start lining up early because they want to get in. My feeling is we're going to have crowds that are not, or people that are not going to be able to enter.
Okay, Peter, just a FYI, I did just find it, and it wasn't sent to me. It was sent to our treasurer, and she said it was in her spam folder. So folks need to check their spam. Okay, that's what happened.
Okay, good. But anyway, that's
Rhonda, you need
where
to,
it went. But
Rhonda
it is the club.
Rhonda needs to adjust her camera so we can see something besides her forehead. There we go.
I know.
Thank you.
No, the emails that I have no idea what happens to them, because the emails that I have are the emails that I found online on the website of the different clubs. In some cases, I had to go to Facebook and send them a message on Facebook and ask for an email address, because a lot of websites of eClubs do not have an email address right on the first page or second page or anywhere, but you have to fill out a form, and then who knows where it ends up, and that kind of thing. I find that very difficult to understand, because I think you want to be out there and you've got to be prepared and set it up. One person gets the email and distributes it then within the club to if and how that person sees fit. But again, that's part of organization within the club as well. So I check my spam folder as every time as I check my regular folders for my emails too, because a lot of stuff ends into the spam folders that should not go there, and vice versa, of course, too.
Yeah, multiple times a day.
Sorry?
Multiple times a day, you got to check for that.
Oh yeah, all the time. It's my inboxes is what I check from, and then I disperse it within my email folders accordingly, and leave action items with it or not, or if I have to do that. So anyway, anything else? I think we are. Do I have anything else? No. Presentations, AV setup, practice, social gathering. Yeah, that's all that I have been able to think of to chat about. So if we don't have anything else, I will end the meeting, and hope to see you all next Friday.
Same time.
I hope to see everybody. And hope to see everybody next Friday. So
yeah.
So Butch, I have to find out, Michael. I don't know how about Butch. He's time and again he's busy with things, so he may be.
He said he was going to be able to get there today because he was flying into Denver, and he would had plenty of time to get set up and going in. But I'll have to check in with him.
And there's no excuse for the snowstorm today.
No.
I think. Denver.
John Clements did say he's going to be next Friday with us. I talked to John yesterday. He will join us next Friday.
Yeah, no, he excused himself because he was traveling today. So. Good. Okay, everybody.
Okay.
Have a great week.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
See you next week.
Another stellar job.
I'll send. I'll have the recording up as soon as possible. So.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye, all.
Thanks,
Bye,
Peter.
Bye, Rhonda. Bye, everyone.